My name is Lonnie Ray Atkinson, and this is another installment of Unsafe Words. I love how the war on Iraq made the war on Afghanistan somehow okay. I mean, aside from the fact that we allowed bin Laden to escape Tora Bora only to end up killing him 10 years later in fucking Pakistan, and 5 years after that, we're still in fucking Afghanistan. Aside from that, why does everyone think that invading that country was our best option to deal with Al Qaeda? Because according to conventional wisdom, it's fucking heresy to even suggest that after 9/11, any sane person wouldn't have attacked Afghanistan. But I'll say it right now. I wouldn't have attacked Afghanistan. I wouldn't have. I would have fed it. In fact, I would have fed the world. Fuck intelligence agencies and war machines. 4 extra billion full bellies would have been our army. It would only take a few billion to feed the world. Iraq and Afghanistan will end up at least 4 trillion. And if them motherfuckers would have had the audacity to attack us again, then I would have provided clean drinking water to the world. Still only a few billion, what we spent every week in Iraq. And the third attack, I probably would have eradicated preventable diseases worldwide. Then, if they attacked us after all that, then maybe it might be time to at least take a look at our foreign policy and see if just maybe they have a grievance, legitimate or simply exploitable, that is so large it affords them a seemingly limitless supply of recruits who can see no other option than to turn their hopes and dreams, not to mention their asses, into martyr dust. Now obviously, I'm just kidding about all this. I wouldn't do any of that after an attack. I would do it before an attack. Because even if you're a piece of shit who doesn't give a fuck about the well-being of people in other countries, then do it for selfish reasons. Do it for defense. Ending global poverty may be the most effective defense strategy of all time. Think about it. Who's going to want to attack the country that fed the planet? Who's going to want to rise up against the nation that squashed TB and malaria worldwide? Who's going to be able to recruit the murderers of people who collectively ensured that every man, woman, and child on the earth had adequate water and sanitation? Again, you don't have to think of it as charity, think of it as defense. Now, I had this exact conversation with a friend just recently, and he told me I was full of shit, and that even if we did all that, they would still hate us, and they would still attack us. But the only way you could think that is if you really believe that they have no legitimate grievances, that there are no abuses or injustices being committed by the United States, and that the only reason why they hate us is because they are annoyed by our freedom. Which you know is bullshit, because every married man I know hates the freedom single guys have, and yet we don't go up and bash all their fucking faces in. Overweight people with a thyroid condition don't see thin people with great metabolism and chop off their fucking heads. Christians don't see women with reproductive freedom and then go make bombs to blow up abortion. Maybe that's not a good example. I guess I just don't understand how we think that those people would give up their whole goddamn lives to basically be some fucking haters, when we tolerate injustice on a day-to-day basis in the same manner as someone listening to Limp Bizkit's Christmas album. I mean, come on, what do you expect when you get your music and your freedom from the Walmart dollar bin? No refunds. And even if it wouldn't make us safer to provide all human beings a standard of living worthy of human beings, why wouldn't we just do it anyway? If it made no difference whatsoever in international relations, which we all know is ridiculous, then why not do it? Because we can. Because guess what? We fucking can. Si se fucking puede. I mean, who would be against it? The majority of Americans identify as Christians. Would the Christians be against helping the fucking poor? Seriously, if you believe politically in helping the poor, if you believe religiously in helping the poor, if you believe for purposes of self-preservation in helping the poor, then who else would be left to oppose it? Who would be against such benevolence? Why else would we not eliminate people's suffering if we could? Because I can only think of 2 types of people who would be against such a proposal. Number 1, all those who have both the means and the desire to exploit people's suffering. And by that, I mean everyone from outright despots to terrorists with big dreams to elected officials who sell their people's expectations and labor to multinational corporations. And number two, all those of you who either knowingly or unknowingly traded the perception of full bellies for the reality of starved minds, and can listen to everything I've just said and still maintain the preference of spending your tax dollars on a vengeance that results in a civilian death toll that dwarfs the one you think started all this, not because it's the right thing to do, but because we fucking can. If you dig what I'm doing and you would like to help me keep on doing it, you got two options. You can share this video with others or click below the video to show me some love. Either one is greatly appreciated.